Hello, welcome back to At Home Crafts with Luciana. My name is Luciana, and each week during this time, we are making an at-home craft with really simple materials. You don't really need a lot for these projects. Last week, we made a t-shirt tote bag. So we took an old t-shirt and made it into this tote bag. If you haven't seen the video yet, check out our Warren County Library Facebook channel or our Warren County Library YouTube channel. This week, we are not making a tote bag. We are making bookmarks. This is one that I already made. And the bookmarks we are making are using the technique called paper cutting. You have probably heard of paper cutting and just didn't realize what it was. We've all made those paper snowflakes where you fold and you cut out the little shapes and you end up with a snowflake. That's really what we're doing, except we're making a bookmark. So let's get started. This one I used white printer paper like I have here, and I had a little piece of scrapbook paper with birds on them. I also have, for this next one, I have just a piece of pattern paper and it's plain on the back. So we're going to do the same technique I did here, and we're also going to make the same design again. It's very simple, and it's basically just a house with two cute little hearts on the top and bottom. So what we're going to do is decide how big we want our bookmark. So I'm just going to fold my paper in half and crease the edge. After this, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it to decide how long I want my bookmark to be. Each half is going to be half of the bookmark. Okay, so you want to remember that you want it to be a decent size like a regular bookmark, but you don't want it to be too big. So now I'm cutting out my shape, and I am not using a ruler. I will trim down the edges at the end if necessary. You could use a ruler, of course. I like to make my projects look really like do-it-yourself projects, so I don't really like to use rulers that much. I know that's kind of silly, but I'm just keeping this very simple. So then we want the height to kind of be the same as this one, so I'm going to cut it right about there. I think I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. Okay, so now we have, this is half of our bookmark. If we open it up, we have the full bookmark. But I'm going to keep it folded for right now. And now I'm going to take a pencil and draw a simple design. My design, as I showed you here, is the house with the two hearts, but you can really design anything you like. I actually have a book called The Book of Paper Cutting, and I will show it to you. This is it. And this is my book. I don't know if you have access to anything like this. This is where I found the idea from. So here's our do-it-yourself bookmark page. These designs were quite difficult, so I decided to make something more simple. But you could do anything you want. There are so many designs in this book and online, or just be creative and create your own design. So I'm going to set that aside and draw a design. So I'm going to use this as my guide, and I'm going to draw a simple house shape with a door and a heart on the top and a heart on the bottom. Now I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than this one because this bookmark is a little bit bigger. Oops. And remember, you can always adjust it, so I'm kind of adjusting as I go along here. Okay. I'm going to make our roof. And remember, like I said, you can always adjust it. So when I ran out of room there, I just moved Move that heart down a little bit. And now I'm drawing my little front door. And my design's a little messy, but that's okay because I'm going to cut it out and you won't even see it when the project is done. So what I'm going to do is start cutting out my shapes. And while I'm cutting, I want to share with you our library website. The website is www.warrenlib.org. We have some really great resources on there right now, including ebooks, tutorials, more online programs like this one. If you've been interested in genealogy or learning a new language, we have options for that as well. We have virtual tours. We have a lot of cool things on there you can check out. Again, the website is www.warrenlib.org. If you have any questions about these resources, we have a tab on our library homepage on the right-hand side. It's green and it says Ask a Question. And if you click on that, you can ask a question. All you need is your library card. And ask away about any of these resources or your library card. I am cutting out my door now and I'm almost done. And now we're going to reveal the design. And this part's always fun. So I'm going to unfold my design. And I have a little house with a heart on top and a heart on bottom. I think it's so cute. It's a little bit of a different shape than this one. This one's wider. Now, I know there's pencil marks here, but if we turn it over, they're gone. So that's what we're going to do. And then I am going to glue mine onto this pretty paper, and that's what your finished bookmark is going to look like. Very, very simple. Not a lot of time or anything involved with this. I know this is a great way to recycle paper, and you can also send this to someone. We have already passed Mother's Day, but moms always need love, and they take such good care of us. So you could always make something like this for your mom or your dad. Or I know I really miss my grandmother right now, so this will be something nice to send Graham as well. Now to attach our cutout to here, you can either use tape or glue, but I think the glue stick works a little bit better. So I just have a regular Elmer's glue stick, and you can get this at any craft store, office supply store. They probably even have it at the grocery store, the dollar store, anywhere would have this. A pharmacy, not difficult to find. You might even have one laying around. So I am applying my glue all over my design. And you want to add glue around all the pieces of your design so it doesn't fall off or stick up, because if you do use this as a bookmark and you have pieces sticking up, they might rip off. So you want to be extra careful when you're applying your glue to all pieces, and just go slow and be careful so you don't fold over any pieces or miss any sections of your design. You can see my hand is sticking to this glue pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the glue on the top there. And I'm doing this on the pencil side so we don't see our original drawing design. And I'm gluing it right down onto my pink striped paper. And I'm pressing down slowly on all the little parts because we don't want any bubbles or anything. Now this takes a little while to dry, as you probably know if you've worked with a glue stick, that you should probably leave it for a couple minutes, maybe an hour. I would definitely not put it in a book right away. I'm going to close my glue here so we don't stick things that we don't want to stick. And so this is kind of what it looks like now. Now the last step is just to cut this out. And I will tell you that there are so many more options with this. I did not do this, but what we could do if you were interested is you could take a hole punch or even cut a little hole at the top, and you can add little embroidery string or beads, really anything you're interested in. You could use, you don't have to use printer paper, you can use any paper. You could switch a pattern paper and put that on the front and put plain paper in the back, whatever you want. And another thing that you could do, which would be really nice if you were giving this as a gift, is you could write something on the back with, I wouldn't do it in a pencil because pencil sometimes smears after a while. So I would use probably a marker or a pen, and on the back you could write a little note or a quote or anything that inspires you or something that means something to the person you might be giving this to. So here's our little bookmark, and I think it's so much fun. It's very simple, easy to make. You can make so many more, give them as gifts, keep them for yourself. I know I have a ton of bookmarks, some that I've made, some that I've gotten from the library or wherever, but you can never have too many bookmarks. I have so many books. I probably don't have enough bookmarks for all the books I have, and I probably have at least 30 bookmarks. So there is never too many bookmarks out there, and I am going to show you what it looks like in a book. I have a book right here. This is from the Sisters Grimm series. It's really fun. Little fairy tale fantasy series, children's series. And then that's what our bookmark looks like inside. You could use it like this, or you can flip it over and it's that bright, fun pink, or your pattern is showing. Whatever you really like to do. Like I said, if you added a little bit of thread, you could have that hanging outside the book. That would be really fun as well. So if you enjoyed this craft for the bookmark, there will be more. Next week, we're going to make another craft, and stay tuned. Each week, there's going to be a new fun craft for at home with simple materials. We don't need too many materials for this. I know that right now people may not have access to the store or new materials, so we're using things that we have at home, like paper and old t-shirts. All right, everyone, take care.